This should not be when there is glut, then we come
That's
in.
why I ask whether it's knee-jerk, the government,
And then
because
also,
they don't help you to plan.
And then also, when that statement is made, effective, managed by, monitored by, accountable to. So the statement has been made, and we are all happy that government has directed, either government or president has directed all senior high school and whatever to buy medicine. So that is fantastic. When is it taking effect? And again, when they supply, would they get their monies to go back and process more, or they have to wait for 3-6 months before they get their payment, by which time whatever stock they have, post-harvest loss will have increased. So these are things that we want to see government put in place.
Do we have capacity, I mean, beyond government, to produce and to keep supply in place for things like the egg? Because we are still importing. We have egg glut and we are still importing. I mean, how do we meet halfway? We have grains. We are still importing. How do we meet? So is there capacity? I mean, if left to you alone, not your company alone, but the entire ecospace.
Interestingly, all the items that we have mentioned, none takes more than 4 months to produce. Rice, soya, maize, poultry, none. Tomatoes, all within 4 months. You have gone through one full cycle. This is not cashew, oil, palm, or coconut, which will take years. So why can't we produce? If you look at the land surface of Ghana, we take Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Northern Savannah. They constitute 64% of our land surface. Tell me, how many agro-processing firms will you find in those places? But the rivers, the land, and everything that we need for commercial agriculture, you can find.
But then again, government is not putting in a conscious effort in policy to move developers there, private developers.
That comes to what I've always been asking for, Agri-Fund.
Okay, tell me about it.
Agri-Fund.
Tell me about it.
Now, have you seen any government that has cancelled Get Fund?
No, they don't. Even with all the quote and unquote corruption, they still don't. They leave it to run.
That you have mentioned.
No, I have mentioned, yes. With all the issues around it, scholarship secretariat, we have issues there. It has been kept in place.
But Get Fund has been kept in place because it is a storage tank where pipelines feed into, and they get the critical volume of resources that they can deploy to handle certain situations. When you look at our budget, yes, we are happy with all the interventions that government is making.
Last year, you were not happy with it.
No, last year was 0.5%. This time it has come close to like 5%.
But that's still not enough.
It's still not, but we'll take it.
At least there is some improvement.
We'll take it like that. But I'm not even looking at this in that way, because this is budget allocation.
Right, so you will come back from the break.
Then you go to disbursement. Then you go to accountability. Now, what business model is government using to implement the things that they have mentioned in the budget? We have done services as Agri-Impact in over 33 countries, 30 countries in Africa.
Wow.
We've covered. And as we speak now, we are also managing a project in Jamaica. So Agri-Impact has gone beyond
the borders of
Africa, and we are in the Caribbean, and we want to deepen our investments and our presence and footprints in the Caribbean. Now, when you look at the reasons why agricultural projects fail, the first and foremost is the design of the program.
As in from government, or from
whether
from
government
whoever,
or whoever.
Okay.
When you want to build your house, you go and look for an architect.
Yes, exactly.
When people want to design agriculture, they just go and
profit party.
Oh no. Let's go and distribute fertilizer. Let's go and distribute
subsidize
seeds.
And give to
Let's
people.
Go and subsidize. That's not solution to our agriculture. If we want to have robust and sustainable agriculture and agribusiness industry, this kind of services come in, but there are no structures, solid structures upon which the interventions are built. So they come and go. They come and go every year. Oh, this will come, then they go. Every year it comes and then it goes back. But if we have agri-fund, and I've always been talking about agri-fund with passion, because I know that if we create that fund and we also manage it like the way we have managed Get Fund, then we will see sustainable infrastructure development. Now, government has mentioned the big push, and they are going to do expressway from Accra to Kumasi, 6 lanes. Is it not bold?
It is.
Tell me any bold, it's equivalent in agric.
They mentioned in Koko Kitin.
Is it bold?
They mentioned Feed Ghana.
Is it bold? Is it infrastructure? So that's why I keep talking about agri-fund. The agri-fund is where, like they said, big push. Or is it oil?
I'm going to do a story and put your name on it. That Dana Cree,
yes,
the agri expert, says that we should establish an agri-fund.
Yes.
How different is that from ADB, from Development Bank, from Exim Bank? I mean, the understanding for us, the lay people, has been that in one way or the other, they will be supporting agri.
Yes.
They'll be supporting the primary farmers, the entire value chain, and so on and so forth. So how different is it?
Let me explain.
Please do.
Ghana Exim Bank will focus on SMEs and exporters who want to go into exports. Or even import substitution. So you want to go into it, they will give you loan with interest. You take it. It can be concessionary. You take it and then you go. Development Bank of Ghana will also come in and also offer a bit of infrastructure support, loan, quasi grants. You go in. GESAL will also come in and provide risk insurance for the investments that you are going to. So we have ADB will also come in and support you with mechanization, equipment. They can also give you working capital. So you have all these banks and pipelines that will come into it.
But there is no specific focused fund.
If I want to do 500, 1,000 irrigated land as a private company, I can't go for loan and do 1,000 irrigated land. If I want to develop 1,000 land, not even irrigated, land development is different from land preparation. Land development costs 25,000 Ghana cedis per acre. Land development.
Explain that to me, because I've always thought is a plowing, harrowing, and so on and so forth.
That's land preparation.
Yes.
Land development, if I go and acquire land, there might be trees. Tractor cannot. I'll need heavy equipment to bring down some of the trees, clear a lot of the shrubs, and all those kind of things. Sometimes you need some inner road, you need some
to be able to maneuver your way into.
So when you have done that, that's land development. Land preparation is when you have done this,
and you're not preparing it for planting.
The tractor is coming to plow and harrow for you to plant your seed. That's land preparation. You are preparing the land. So developing the land is
different
than preparing the land. It costs you 25,000. So if I have, or let's say $2,000 or 25,000 Ghana cedis or $2,500. If I want to do 1,000 acres, I need $25 million to do that. From the word go, they will say the investment, your business is not profitable because you are carrying $25 million upfront for your, if you have a big push, if you have agri fund, this is where in enclaves,
it makes sense.
Government will now use the agri fund to do the heavy lifting.
Yes.
Then the private sector will layer on the heavy lifting. That is where now you can go to Exim and Gesal and Development Bank and ADB and go and get your loan and come and layer on the initial investment that has been done.
If you are watching us, we are in the makeshift studio now in the beautiful office of our very own boss, Mr. Daniel Akwe, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Agri Impact, and lots of calls. First of all, he says, whichever institution in which you are, don't send the national service personnel to be buying Kofi Brookman. But most importantly, we are talking about the Agri Fund that is calling on government to establish. So maybe Minister of Finance, if you are watching us, or if you get the opportunity to see this online or anywhere, you may want to consider it. But we are going to probe more. We want to pick a quick break. I want to come back and ask, government has begun what it calls the farm centers through its Feed Ghana campaign or Feed Ghana program. And it says that it is establishing about 50 farm centers where they will put up tractors, heavy-duty machines, and also seedlings and so on and so forth, so that they can support, especially community farmers. I mean, how it's different, but how different and how unique will the Agri Fund be from this? When we come back from the break, that will be my question to him. So stick and stay with us, we'll be right back.
Oh, Jose, and I media Samasio. Canny Pano, Nasana, Mushiana, what me. A drain I didn't quano, Kingdom Garlic Bitters. No, more benefiting. Me benefiting wine. Also, what told dear? Abrewa, the smama, our brente, Mishuve. One antique crown our bread. No Kingdom Garlic Bitters, and any capsules, Nanya, what dear Bribia.
Kingdom Garlic Bitters, and the capsules. Assembly, you a devil when Amawani, I say.
Send your name, wife, complain one personal. Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules, and tea. Say, see, I'm password.
Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules. A many genia sum debefi, abribia. Obebia o de poor hauno. A droba kupa wihiane tremendous capsules. Tremendous capsules. Yes, you ma we obesima. And no, you when you be a ton robia. Kingdom Herbal, no challenger.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm
the second coming.
Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey you later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, Star 712 hash. Yeah. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. Nobody know why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God up boom. If you put it at so would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey!
Is that his car? Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much birthday?
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test. Fun.
I'm quick. Pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment seminar? Before December, maybe release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
So you welcome back from the break. We are still in the office of Mr. Dan Akwi, and I was asking about the Feed Ghana project, the farm centers, and the Agri Fund. We are staying on the Agri Fund, but let me pick your view first of all on government's Feed Ghana projects. I don't know if they've had the opportunity to consult you or to be in a meeting with you or your group or anyway, and is it the right project?
Well, in the first place, we have not been part of the Feed Ghana program. We will definitely want to also provide our input in programs of this nature. I always talk about intention and the delivery of the intention. The intention of Feed Ghana to increase our agricultural products and the feed industry to increase the volumes of commodities that feed our agro-processing firms. Laudable, excellent. The mechanism to implement such initiatives and ideas are always where we get issues. So if I pick, for example, in Kokon Kitinkiti,
I'm happy you mentioned that. I was going to go to that.
Yeah.
But
the idea for Ghana to increase the volume of locally produced chicken is fantastic because we are producing about 10-15% of what
we need
consume.
and what we consume.
We are running a program with the Mastercard Foundation called Happy. And Happy is focusing on broiler.
Okay.
The industry that was completely dead for over 2 decades in Ghana. We entered into an arrangement with one factory, Aglo. Let me be Aglo. They've put up this factory for about 2 to 3 years. And it was in the bush. And thieves have even started stealing parts of their
equipment.
Through the Mastercard Fund, this Happy program and providing not financial support, but startup packs for young people to feed into its value chain, coordinating that whole value chain. We started talking to Aglo in November. As at December, Aglo has started refurbishing and has employed 112 people.
Oh, in less than a year?
In November to December, in a month.
Oh, in 1 month?
As I speak today, we started the Happy program December 2023. The factory was in a bush. As I speak today, this factory is the largest supplier of local chicken to KFC, doing about 200,000 birds per month. Broiler.
Aglo.
Aglo.
In Ghana.
In Ghana, at Potting. We'll go there with
we
you.
will.
And your
So we'll make the arrangements, and you have to make time for us. We'll follow you to the greenhouse. That's done. That's one. And two, we'll go to Aglo. So we are putting it on record.
Yes.
So that we can chase you. I mean, we know you are very busy with your time and all of that. But we'll chase you.
I'm making a point that there's a model that has worked.
That's a same point.
So if we are reintroducing or we want to revive, what learnings did we pick from models that have worked? What learnings did we pick from models that did not work? This should inform the delivery of the intentions that we have as a nation or even as government. What models have worked? And now Aglo is taking chicken from the people around Winneba, and there are more people who are coming, and he can run 2 shifts if he gets the resource. The factory is there. He needs some few additional funds to now do 2 shifts and possibly go into 24-hour shift, 24-hour economy.
So do it for the government, even though the government is the one promising.
Even the market that he is serving, he is not serving 50% of what has been given to. So imagine he gets the resources to do double shifts. It means that 200,000 bears per month that he's supplying, he can do 400,000 bears. Which means that a lot of the abandoned poultry infrastructure in that enclave can all come on board. And once they come on board, it's not only poultry bears that they are producing, they are creating jobs for the people in the area.
So this now answers the question I had asked earlier, whether we have the capacity. Because now if one company, with your support, is producing 200,000 bears per month, every single month.
And also a factory that has been closed down for 3 years. 3 years. And from December 2023 to October 2025, they have moved from 0 to 200,000 per month.
200,000 bears per month?
Which is more than 2 million a year.
That's the point. So imagine that we have one of these in every region for all the 16 regions we have. Then we would have no need for...
We are done. So agricultural project design, I was making reference to an architect designing for someone who wants to go into infrastructure. You know, when you are building, somebody is building kiosk. He doesn't want, and he might not need architecture. Somebody is building some 2-bedroom house somewhere, school type. He might not go and look for any architecture. But the moment you get to a certain level, especially as government, then you must first look for the experts and secondly, listen to the experts. So there's also, that's why you said, have you been consulted? Then I said there's difference between being consulted and your advice being taken. Well, you can be consulted, but wakanson yemfa. Wachrena enson yemfa. So these are 2 different things. And most of the time, we share our but
government determines whether to
because, and then also there's a political agenda and economic agenda. So yes, what we may be saying will be technically the right way to go. But does that also fit into the political agenda? There's always a way to mix the two, because remember, their name is politicians. They are politicians. So that is their career. That's their career and occupation, politics.
Not to agree.
So the politics come and the agri becomes a vehicle for them to achieve their political agenda. So if they have the political agenda and you also come out with models that they think, okay, it will take long and all that, then they try to also go their way. But most of the time, their ways are not sustainable. So coming back to Akoko Nketenkete, we like the idea that government is putting priority on poultry, which is good. We like the idea that they want a lot of people to go into poultry production, which is also good. But let us ask ourselves, what has made our Happy Broiler project successful? It's successful because it is end to end. When we get a young person with this, you need a structure. In Nketenkete, I don't know. Then we add feed, vaccine, medication, technical support, and you are linked to an off-taker. And that off-taker too has a buyer. So everything is complete. So if you give someone chicken and there's no feed, your mortality is going to be very high. If you give chicken and the technical support is also not there and medication, your mortality is also going to be very high. So we need to make sure that all these things are tied in.
Let me ask you again about the Nkukor Nkete, whether you think it will be successful. I mean, from your expert opinion, it's been launched in Accra, launched in Kumasi. The model has been put out, how it's going to be done. Day-old checks going to be given to certain individuals to grow them and then begin to own their own businesses. As an expert, I like the part that you bring the offtake in, because I want to come back to stay on the offtake a bit. For us entirely, generally as a country, but not the offtake for Nkukor Nkete. For you, tell us, will it be successful?
Let me look round and answer the question. So let me look on my left and let me look on my right.
Look around and answer.
I've mentioned I like the idea that we want to increase the production of the poultry that we have in the country. The model that government is using for Nkukor Nkete, we must be mindful of mortality. You may give 10,000 birds to a constituency, but if we are not careful, less than 5,000 will survive. So in the books, we have given 10,000, but in reality,
in the farms, there
are 5,000 or less. Then again, what is the readiness of the people who are receiving the Nkukor Nkete? And readiness, I mean the structure, the technical know-how, the feed, the medication, the vaccination. What's the readiness of the recipient? Because you can come and bring me 500 or 50 beds. But what's my readiness to take care of the 500 beds? So for you, you have given them to me, but it might even be a burden. And by the time I will put my things together, I might have lost about 30 beds and I'm only left with 20 beds. So that is the expert's concern about Nkukor Nkete. This is our concern. We are also mindful of the fact that the general distribution, people will be able to take good care of the chicken such that it might not bring diseases which will even affect commercial farmers. So these are things that we have to look forward to. I know there are also models in the Nkukor Nkete, some that are given to like grants, some that will be given to strategic private sector and partners. So there are models. At the end of the day, let us get the experts involved. Let us also listen to the experts, because for poultry, it's totally different from other value chains. Poultry is delicate, and if you don't get experts and take their advice, you might rush and realize that you have thrown some monies away.
For an expert, one of the key areas for me is the offtake. When we talk about the business aspect of it, where we started the conversation from trade, industry, and agribusiness, but we don't seem, as a country, to have put much emphasis on the offtake, providing the markets for farmers even before they begin.
So the offtake also goes with logistics. Let us take yam as an example. We did a study few years back. The post-harvest loss of yam in Ghana, yam alone was about $350 million. Yam alone, the yam that we produce that go waste before we consume, we put value on it, and it was $350 million.
Meanwhile, yam is so expensive in the US, so expensive in the UK. And we are losing $350 million
post-harvest loss
every single year.
And it is the storage logistics. Have you seen how we transport oranges in trucks?
In those, the Kia Rhinos and those ones.
So what happens to the young ones that are at the bottom?
Yes.
By the time they get to the market, they are crushed. And that's post-harvest loss. So the logistics for managing agricultural commodities, we are not investing.
Yes.
And people have not even seen those things as investment areas to invest. Then you go to community level storage infrastructure.
Yes.
Market center infrastructure. Go to Aboboloshi today. Go to Malata Market today. Those who sell fresh vegetables, do they have cold rooms?
To keep their things?
In case they are unable to sell. They don't have.
They don't have.
And me and you, this thing was there before we were born.
Exactly.
And still.
It is there.
It is there. So I'm like, so like you said, are we going forward or we are coming back? We touch some parts of the value chains and leave the other parts. Now, we are not saying our government can do all. But what is the sensitization for people to even see the investment opportunities in these areas?
To venture into and invest there.
They invest there. Cold chain infrastructure for fresh vegetables. That's huge. Even yam. Storage infrastructure. Anytime we talk of storage infrastructure, we talk about maize. What about yam? That the post-harvest loss is so high. What about citrus or oranges? That the post-harvest loss is so high. Some time ago, there were certain parts of Ghana, huge mango producing areas.
Yes.
When mango is in season, some of them lose as high as 60% of their harvested produce. 60% of their yields. And sometimes they have to dig big hole, harvest the mangoes, and bury the mangoes inside because
I've seen that before.
Yeah, they can't sell.
I've seen that before.
So what does it take to now say that me as government, I'm tackling post-harvest loss of mango. So I'm going to provide an incentive for private sector people who want to invest in dry mango, and even there are mobile dry fruit plants that you can put here when it's in season. In this location, you do your drying, you move to the next place, you do your drying. This must be intentional.
Again, is the government thinking?
Unfortunately, okay. I'm sure they have considered. I'm sure they have considered those things.
Sorry for putting you on the spot, but with all of these ideas,
I also like it because these are things that we have to do to solve the industry problems.
Yes,
and we must be intentional in doing that. Otherwise, the issues become cyclical. Every time when there is a rainfall, we pray for rains for farmers. When they get the rains, then they come and pray for market, and then they will throw 50% of their produce away. In 3 months' time, they themselves go to the market, they can't find the same thing that they threw away. We have to stop. There should be a break. And we must be intentional to develop the value chains. And when you go to bank, they are happy to give you loan to produce. They are happy to give you loan to process. When it comes to the in-between logistics, they will freight trucks, they will come and do it. But you might need special trucks to transport specific commodities.
How for you is the problem of Galamsey?
Hey, it's one area that you want to run away, but you can't run away. The issue of Galamsey to agriculture is unfortunate. That is why, to me, and talking about AgriFund, the issue of Galamsey and mining, we put all of them together and we call them extractive industry. Agric is not an extractive industry, it's constructive industry.
Yes.
So why don't you take money from extractive industry, put it in an AgriFund, and use it for the constructive industry? So
I don't think this is anything something that it has gotten onto the minds of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because we have been talking about galamsey all this while.
It's extractive industry.
And now that there is gold board.
That's gold board.
I mean, let me allow you to explain it, because I don't think it's something that...
Yes, so the gold board, if we have agri-fund, we can say that X% of the gold must go to agri-fund. If Western region lands are destroyed, what about Northern region? What about OT? What about Upper West? What about Upper East? What about Bono? Coming to the Sunyani areas there? They are lands. So I'm not saying that we should continue to destroy the galamsey. But if it is extractive and they are extracting what is in the soil and destroying what is in the soil, take a percentage of the revenue that you got from the extractive industry, put it in an agri-fund, and use it to support agriculture.
Because I think the biggest problem is the reclamation of the land.
Yes.
I mean, after they have destroyed them and so on and so forth.
We'll come back to reclaim.
How exactly? How are we able to reclaim?
And it's not only plants.
Yes.
Fish. Aquaculture.
I was going to ask you about aquaculture too.
Aquaculture. So, I am comfortable eating fish from Volta and OT and the rest. But I will be a bit skeptical to eat fish.
From the Western region now?
From the Western region. Because what they are talking about, the cyanide content and the mercury content and all those things, it puts a bit of, even if it is not true and it is speculative.
It is scary.
Yes, and it puts fear in you and you become concerned about what you consume. So if we are not careful, a time will come, Western region will become importers of food from other parts of the country. Which in the past, Western region has rather been a supplier of quality and fresh agricultural produce to other parts of the country. It's going to be reverse.
Have we, as a country, over-relied or overemphasized the relevance of, I mean, this is following from the galamsey discussion, and our focus has always been on cocoa, people cutting down trees, cocoa trees. You have just told us there are some crops, pepper, some of the grains, which would have a life period of just 4 months, and yield so much. Have we overemphasized the relevance of cocoa?
I think that we have been too silent on other crops.
But rather not overemphasized.
Yes, we have been too silent on the potential of rubber, cashew, oil palm, coconuts, and maybe other cash crops.
There is a Tree Crop Development Authority
now. Yes, the Tree Crop Development Authority, which is excellent in principle. We have to see the impact of the tree. If you look at the rationale behind the Tree Crop Development Authority, those times we're getting about $2 billion per annum from cocoa. So they chose 6 crops. 6 tree crops. And the idea is to develop these 6 tree crops to the level of cocoa, such that each one will be able to generate about $2 billion. If we go that path and we have 6 crops, then that will also give us $12 billion, add to our $2 billion cocoa, and we have $14 billion. But as we speak now, on the ground, I'm not doing any assessment, but on the ground, are we getting the impacts? If not, can we accelerate the impact? Can we put a bit of speed into this very beautiful idea and make sure that in 3-4 years' time, you can go to places and you begin to see plantations?
So let me ask you, will we be able to get there as a country in Africa, in West Africa, Ghana, where, for example, in Brazil, in Israel, or in the US, you have a few of the people who are large holder farmers and are feeding the country and even exporting. Our structure of the economy is that we have a lot more subsistence farmers in the areas who become smallholder farmers for maybe the factories who are able to establish even within these enclaves. But we need to be able to get to that point where we produce enough. We did a lot of campaign around rice some few years back, And now here we are, still coming back to talk about rights and so on. How can we get
there's nothing wrong having smallholder farmers because our cocoa, which we've depended on over the years, are run by smallholder farmers. Even the one that you call commercial farmer in Ghana might be a smallholder farmer in another country. So we cannot dispel the huge input and leadership of smallholder farmers in the country. Our land tenure system is also another thing that affects how we can get commercial farms. I have said it also somewhere before. That it gets to a point that we are more comfortable seeing weeds on our lands than seeing food crops. We are happy to see weed. You will see, when you are driving Kumasi, you will see 200-acre land with weeds. And it is okay today if you decide that you want to convert the weeds into agricultural land, farm, and produce food crops. That is where you will know what is inside the weeds. So as long as the land grows weeds, we are okay. The moment somebody wants to convert it into a productive
the owners of the land show up.
The owners of the land, if they show up and they will agree for fair negotiations and arrangements, it's not an issue. But where you have an issue is 200 acres, you need to meet about 10 families. And when you think that you have solved all problems and you have signed, another person will come back from one family and say that the person who signed for you is not the rightful owner. All those kind of things, it will rather put an investor off. And because of that, it's also making it difficult to get land. If we have agri-fund, let me come to my agri-fund.
I am happy about the emphasis on the agri-fund.
If we have
I'm getting a better appreciation of
then
it.
Government can get enclaves. For example, if you go to Kumawu, Kumawu Mahine has given the National Service over 20,000, I think, hectares of land as an enclave. It's given to National Service to grow rice and maize and tomatoes and all that. So that is an enclave. Then government can channel investment in doing the roads, connecting electricity, building the irrigation and all that. And also have a formal arrangement for anchor private sector partners who will want to occupy. It's 20,000. One person will say, I want 1,000 acres. Another says, I want 500 acres. So that whole enclave, it has road. Then there will be appetite for people who are into real estate to build hostels. Because once you open up the place for...
Hello, my name is Kofi Otridakon. I'm the Director of Diaspora Affairs, Office of the President, Republic of Ghana. We're looking forward to something grand, something very spectacular, something mind-blowing that's going to happen between the 3rd and 5th of December. I don't know where you find yourself on earth, but we're endorsing one big event at the Diaspora Affairs Office. It's the Ghana Fest 2025 happening live in Den Haag, inside Holland. Tell your friends about it. It's going to be something very cultural. We're going to have this trade expo that's definitely going to blow your mind. Wherever you find yourself in Europe, there's only one spot for you, Den Haag. Let's do that together between the 3rd and 5th of December 2025.
Ghana Fest Europe, live in Holland, Trade and Cultural Expo is organized by Ram Media Concepts in partnership with the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry in collaboration with the Recogin Netherlands and endorsed by key government institutions such as Diaspora Affairs Office of the President, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, the Ghana Embassy in the Netherlands, Ghana Tourism Authority, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and the Ministry of Trade.